the Great Fire of London. A disaster etched in history, forever changing the face of the city. It began in a humble bakery on Pudding Lane. Thomas Fariner, the baker, went to bed early on September 2nd, 1666, unaware of the impending catastrophe. Unbeknownst to him, embers smouldered beneath his Pudding Lane shop, waiting to ignite. By the early hours of the morning, flames erupted violently. The bakery was quickly engulfed in a raging inferno. The fire had begun its terrible dance, spreading rapidly. London in 1666 was a city ripe for disaster, with its narrow streets and wooden structures. Its tightly packed wooden buildings, with their overhanging upper stories, provided ample fuel for the fire. The summer had been exceptionally hot and dry, leaving everything tinder dry and ready to burn. A strong wind blew from the east that night, pushing the flames from house to house, street to street, with terrifying speed. London would never be the same, forever marked by the scars of the Great Fire. London was a city built for trade, not safety. Narrow, winding streets crammed with houses and shops made it a labyrinth. Most buildings were timber-framed and flammable pitch lined the walls. Fire was a constant threat. But this time it was different. This fire was relentless. The city's firefighting methods proved woefully inadequate. Leather buckets and hand-operated pumps were no match for the inferno. The Lord Mayor, Sir Thomas Bloodworth, hesitated. Precious time was lost. By the time he ordered houses demolished to create fire breaks, the fire had grown too powerful. For 3 relentless days and nights, the fire raged with an unquenchable fury. It consumed everything in its path, leaving nothing but ashes and despair in its wake. St. Paul's Cathedral, a symbol of London's strength and resilience, was reduced to rubble, a haunting reminder of the fire's power. The sky glowed an eerie orange, visible for miles around, casting an apocalyptic hue over the city. The air choked with thick, acrid smoke and the stench of burning wood and flesh, making it nearly impossible to breathe. Desperate citizens fled to the open fields beyond the city walls, carrying what few possessions they could salvage, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty. The River Thames became a lifeline, crowded with boats ferrying people and goods to safety, a chaotic yet vital escape route. The fire finally began to subside on September 5th as the wind dropped and firefighters, aided by gunpowder, created effective fire breaks. London lay in ruins, a city forever changed by the inferno. The devastation was immense. Over 13,000 homes, 87 churches and countless businesses were gone. The once thriving commercial areas were reduced to ashes, leaving behind a haunting silence. The fire left an estimated 100,000 people homeless. Families were torn apart, and lives were irrevocably changed. Yet, amidst the ashes, a spirit of resilience emerged. Communities banded together, determined to rebuild what was lost. Londoners rebuilt their city with remarkable speed. The reconstruction efforts were a testament to their unwavering spirit and determination. Surprisingly, the official death toll was only 6. This low number, however, belies the true extent of the tragedy. The true number, however, was likely much higher, with many perishing in the chaos or succumbing to the fire's aftermath. The chaos and confusion of the disaster made it difficult to account for all the victims. Many families mourned the loss of loved ones, and the city was left to grapple with the enormity of the disaster. The Great Fire of London, though a tragedy, led to improvements in urban planning and firefighting. The lessons learned from the fire paved the way for a safer and more resilient city. It also helped to end a devastating outbreak of the plague. The fire's cleansing effect played a crucial role in eradicating the disease. From the ashes of disaster rose a new and stronger London. The city emerged more resilient, with a renewed sense of purpose and hope for the future.